Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the academic procession and remain standing through the presentation of the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inauguration of the 20th President of the University of Pikeville, Dr. James L. Hurley. You may be seated. It's wonderful to see everyone in attendance this afternoon. My understanding is we have some guests from Pike Central High School, Belfry High School, Shelby Valley High School. Welcome, students. Please welcome campus chaplain and instructor of religion, Mr. Rob Music, to offer the invocation.
Let us pray. God of wisdom and mercy, today as we gather, we thank you for 124 years of your faithfulness and provision toward our university. We know that you are the one who has supplied all that we have needed, and you have enabled all that we have achieved. All that has been done because of you, Jesus, for without you, we could do nothing. Thank you for the original passion of our original Presbyterian founders and the followers who sought to honor you by providing the gift of learning. We ask that you would fan this flame and give us a renewed commitment to educational excellence, Christian compassion, and sacrificial service to one another. Thank you for thousands of persons who have behind the scenes labored in the depths of the coal mines, prayed fervently in the churches, and diligently taught in the classrooms to make this school a reality. Thank you for Dr. and Mrs. Hurley and their boys, as you have called this family to lead our school for this season. May you give them your Spirit's wisdom as they seek to best lead and guide us into the future. Please empower Dr. Hurley with your heart, with your favor, and with your will as he seeks to best guide our university in a way which honors the infinite worth of all people. Give him and our administrators, deans, and vice presidents power in those busy and stressful days to never lose sight of the joy and privilege of serving you by serving our students. As our school moves into the future, we ask that you would give us and the faculty and staff the resources to train compassionate doctors, caring teachers, creative business leaders, and persons who live to help the people of Appalachia flourish. Heavenly Father, as we look toward the mountains, may we always know that you are our help, our creator, and the one who will always watch over us, both now and forever. For we pray this in Jesus' name, amen.
Hello, my name is Jack Wright, and I am from Australia. Welcome to our university, the University of Pikeville.
Boa tarde a todos, meu nome é Mariana Rodrigues, eu sou do Brasil. Bem-vindo à nossa universidade, a Universidade de Pikeville.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Toumi du Cameroun. Bienvenue dans notre université, University of Pikeville.
Hello, my name is Christine Johnston, and I'm from Canada. Welcome to our university, the University of Pikeville.
Hola, mi nombre es Jorge Escobar, vengo de El Salvador. Bienvenidos a nuestra universidad, the University of Pikeville.
Hello, my name is Hayden MacLeod. I'm from England. This is our university, University of Pikeville.
Bonjour, je m'appelle François Bier et je viens de France. Bienvenue dans notre université, the University of Pikeville.
Hallo, mein Name ist Sven Rodenbusch, ich komme aus Deutschland. Herzlich willkommen zu unserer Universität, the University of Pikeville.
Buenas tardes, soy Exo Mengíbar. Bienvenido a la universidad de Pikeville.
皆さんこんにちは。私の名前は大山あゆみです。私は日本から来ました。ようこそ私たちの大学へ。University of Pikeville。
Hola, me llamo Chelsea Carlos, yo soy de México. Bienvenidos a la Universidad de Pikeville.
Hamjambo, jina langu ni Edith, natoka Kenya. Nakaribisha shuleni mwetu, the University of Pikeville.
Kia ora, my name's Connor Smith. I'm from New Zealand. Welcome to our university, the University of Pikeville.
Hello, my name is Arinza Chukwumaike again. Anabatamu no na ukwanyi University of Pikeville.
Witam wszystkich, nazywam się Paweł Tarasewicz. Zapraszam serdecznie do naszego uniwersytetu, do University of Pikeville.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Вадим Кустов, я из России. Добро пожаловать в наш университет, the University of Pikeville.
Hola, me llamo Marcos Hernández, soy de España. Bienvenidos a nuestra universidad, the University of Pikeville.
大家好，我是苏厚基，我来自台湾，欢迎来到美国，这 UPIKE 大学。
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Enrico Marino, soy de Venezuela y bienvenidos a nuestra universidad, la Universidad de Pikeville.
Hello, my name is Catherine Baker, and I'm from the United States. Welcome to our university, the University of Pikeville.
Thank you, students and musicians. Terry L. Dotson, President and Chief Executive Officer for Worldwide Equipment Enterprises since 1989, has enjoyed a long and successful business career since graduating as a music major from Pikeville College. He has served as the chairman of the University of Pikeville Board of Trustees for 18 years, and in September 2011, at the opening convocation of the academic school year, Chairman Dotson became the first to receive an honorary doctorate from the newly renamed University of Pikeville. Please welcome Terry Dotson.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, students. It's been a great honor for me to serve as the chairman of the Board of Trustees for the institution that I love so very much. If not for the work of the board, the dedicated faculty and staff, and the motivated students, the University of Pikeville would not be where it is today. It's indeed been my privilege to be a part of the success of the University of Pikeville these years that I've served. This afternoon, it's with great pleasure that I introduce our special guest to deliver the inaugural address. Serving Kentucky's 5th Congressional District since 1981, Hal Rogers is currently in his 17th term representing the people of the Southern and Eastern Kentucky, and is the longest serving Republican ever elected to a federal office. Born in rural Kentucky and representing a congressional district facing some of the greatest challenges in our nation, Rogers' vision for a stronger region spurred some of the greatest success stories in Southern and Eastern Kentucky. Whether Rogers is on Capitol Hill, ensuing the appropriate use of taxpayer dollars, fighting to secure the homeland, scrutinizing federal government agencies, or home in Southern and Eastern Kentucky, working to make a difference in the lives of the individuals he represents. Rogers remains committed to a strong voice in Congress for fiscal responsibility, economic development, a strong national defense, and a prosperous future for America. Please welcome me in welcoming the Honorable Harold Rogers.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, Governor, Speaker, distinguished platform guests, faculty, students, and the rest of you. It is a delight to be here. It's great to be in Kentucky. Actually, anywhere but Washington would be good. It's been a real siege up there, hand-to-hand combat. You know, these are such trying times, especially for people in public office. The trouble with being a leader today is you can't be sure whether people are following you or chasing you. But it's great to be home, especially on this very auspicious occasion, the inauguration of the 20th president of the University of Pikeville, Dr. James Hurley, to continue and build on the tremendous progress of this wonderful institution by my friend, Governor Paul Patton. Today we celebrate the beginning of a new chapter of progress for UPIKE and for post-secondary education in Eastern Kentucky. The University of Pikeville serves as a flagship of hope for Central Appalachia. This institution empowers our leaders of tomorrow and leads our region to face the economic and societal challenges around us. Yes, we faced big challenges. And today we commission a new general to lead the fight to meet those challenges. James Hurley knows every brick and rock on this campus. This new president, as you know, grew up here. UPIKE is in his blood, not to mention his mind and soul. He is, like his predecessor, Paul Patton, a visionary thinker. He knows that the position he now occupies is to be more than an educator, more than an administrator, more than a fundraiser, more than a faculty mentor or anything else. He is now our seer, a strategic thinker, and a planner for all of Eastern Kentucky. He arrives at this spot at a time of great challenge to our region. He follows in the footsteps of a great visionary, Paul Patton. This great governor of our state chose to return home from Frankfurt to help lead and build not just Pikeville College to university status, but to rejuvenate Eastern Kentucky. Paul Patton came home, and that, for me, is devotion to our region, and of which I'm especially thankful and proud. We must not forget that we are overcomers in Eastern Kentucky. We will soar above our difficulties. We will not only survive, but thrive again. With the difficulties of the coal industry these days, a lot of people are despairing. A lot of people are saying there's no hope for Appalachia. They're saying the region's best days are over. I say, to coin a phrase, hogwash. These naysayers, they've always been around. And the people of Eastern Kentucky have rallied time and again to not only survive but thrive. Churchill said, "The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty." Look at our history. We've been the people who've banded together, risen above, rallied, and fought the good fight. We are overcomers. We overcame isolation and difficult terrain to do the hard work of mining. We've powered the industrialization of America over these decades. When our nation needed energy resources to power factories in Detroit, Cincinnati, Dayton, Flint, Louisville, Ypsilanti, it was our men and women who went underground and pulled coal to the surface. We camped in places like Marrowbone and Greasy Creek and Carbon Glow, Fleming, to pull back black gold from these hills and build our country. We overcame. When the bugle was sounded to go to war and protect our freedom, it was our men and women who responded. They walked or drove themselves to the enlistment stations and went to the battlefield. We overcame. When our region was littered with trash and debris, and our rivers and streams polluted, we pulled together, pulled garbage from the creeks, dug up straight pipes, planted trees, and we restored much of our region's natural landscape. Our children don't see tires on the side of the road. They see redbuds and chestnut trees. They can take pride in our region. We overcame. When streams overtook their banks and spilled into our towns and cities, we began lifting people up out of the flood zone, constructed dams and levees and cut-throughs, redirected those floodwaters. Across our region, the loss of life and property has been greatly diminished. Businesses have flourished. In the last 30 years, some $650 million has been spent to protect our homes and our communities from the floodwaters. We overcame. When a wave of prescription drug overdoses started flooding Pikeville Hospital, Manchester Memorial, Highlands, Appalachian Regional Health, and others, we didn't just shrug our shoulders or cede control over to the pill doctors. No, we united. We've got investigators tracking down pill pushers, kids on Unite clubs committed to living drug-free, churches working with treatment centers to get our neighbors clean. We overcame. Now cold. Our region's economic lifeblood, faces new regulatory and economic challenges like never before. Nearly everyone in this arena knows a coal miner who was given a pink slip in the last 2 years, and those families are hurting. That doesn't count corner stores and mechanics that rely on the coal industry and all that support that industry. The battle for our neighbors is putting food on the table and heating the house this winter. This is tough. It makes me angry. I'm especially angry when one of the chief antagonists is the federal government and its war on coal. But even in that dark hour, one thing will always be true about the people of Eastern Kentucky. We are overcomers. We will rally together, we will retool, we will redouble our efforts. We've always responded, always persevered, always overcome. We will soar again. But to soar again, we must commit to a technology and innovative future for Appalachia. In countless instances, we've taken advantage of technology to grow jobs and recruit tech-savvy businesses to our region. Now it's time to execute new technology-based careers and build the information pipeline that can replace lost jobs and create immediate opportunities for our young people. Rest assured, I will continue to fight for coal day in and day out, as long as it takes. But our best resource is a different energy source. It's our people. We have a high-quality workforce. The employers in my district tell me that the work ethic of the people they are employing is unmatched in any of their other locations around the country or the world. Our people have great work ethic, and we're hungry to do you a good job because we want to stay here. We want to keep that job, and that's the incentive. In the past, you needed modern highways, railroads, barges, whatever, to bring the raw material to your factory and then to ship your product back out. That's the way it's been. Since our mountains and our poor highways and lack of barges on navigable streams were great handicaps for us, we had to move to a large city to find work. I followed a brother to Cincinnati. My dad followed a brother to Akron, Ohio. Luckily, I found my way back. We educated our young, and then we exported them up US 23. But the world has changed. Now your raw material comes to you by fiber cable or satellite. You process the information, and you ship it out the same way. We don't need barges, highways, trucks, airplanes. Doesn't matter where the work is done. All of a sudden, the world is flat. Our handicaps disappear. And in its place is the great work ethic of our people. The only thing we need now is to equip our region for the new world that we find ourselves in. We don't need to move to the work. The work will move to us. All of a sudden, for the first time in our history in Eastern Kentucky, we will be in the middle of the world economy. We can write columns, we can talk about theories, about creating jobs and advancing our region, but it's just time to get to work. For my part, I am committed to helping build the broadband infrastructure to bring the outside world to our world instantaneously. It's called fiber cable, the modern world's interstate highway. I believe one of the main missions of this great institution University of Pikeville, will be to train up our region for this coming technology wave. We've already seen evidence that this is the wave of the future in our own region. Along southern I-75, we've had success in attracting some of this new age industry with several thousand jobs. My chore is to try to get them as far off of I-75 as we can. I recently toured a new factory in Mount Vernon where they're digitizing veterans' disability claim files. Several hundred IT jobs, 3 shifts. In London, several companies doing similar work with weather records and other private IT work. Corbin makes the Immigration Services green card, the most sophisticated card in the world. In Williamsburg, the State Department has its worldwide visa application and verification center. In Barberville, the FBI has its IT operation. And just this week it was announced that another agency, Department of Homeland Security, will locate a government operation there. These locations were able to get those jobs because they had enhanced cable. The pipeline is that big. I want it this big to give us the capacity and the speed to be able to compete with the very best in this country. And we can compete. We've proven that. I believe that we can build a larger cable capacity throughout eastern Kentucky. And with that, we can grow jobs here at home. So you don't have to leave your high school after you graduate and go off to Ypsilanti looking for a job. That's my goal in life. You've got to go after that future. We've got to go after it. It won't be given to you on a silver platter. You've got to earn it. Lincoln once said, "Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left behind by those who hustle." I don't want to call you all a bunch of hustlers, but that's what we've got to do. We've got to hustle. Governor Patton and Dr. Hurley are not only leaders of this university. First and foremost, they are Eastern Kentuckians. They understand the needs of our region and the implications of their work. And I know they're committed to a first-class, forward-leaning workforce. And this university, in my judgment, is key to that in all of Central Appalachia. UPIKE has already made remarkable gains under the direction of Governor Patton. Just a little more than a decade ago, a medical school in the mountains was nothing more than a vision. But like that old saying about visions, a vision without funding is a hallucination. He was able to find the funding and make that vision come true. Today, UPIKE's Kentucky College of Osteopathic Medicine is ranked 5th among all medical schools in the nation for rural medicine by U.S. News and World Report and their 2014 edition of Best Graduate Schools. 5th in the nation. You couldn't have a better mentor for leadership in education and a vision for Eastern Kentucky than my friend Paul Patton. Dr. Hurley is already following in stride with the new Berlin-Coleman College of Business, a new dental school in the works, and much more. Let me close with this. As an alumna, James Hurley has studied in many of the same classrooms and dormitories as the students he's leading. He's a product of UPIKE. He knows firsthand the challenges on this campus. More importantly, I know he knows what it's going to take for our region to overcome the challenge that we face. I believe he will serve the University of Pikeville with great vision and ingenuity. President Hurley, I charge you with equipping our region for the technology-driven jobs of tomorrow. I look forward to working with you and the other leaders in our state and our region to build upon the great work of this institution for the benefit of this region and for the benefit of all of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Congratulations to you, and Godspeed.
Thank you, Hal. Congressman Rogers, for your unwavering support of the University of Pikeville. Well, Congressman, we are pleased to present you with the inaugural Presidential Medal. The certificate reads, "In recognition for your dedication and outstanding leadership benefiting the University of Pikeville, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and the Appalachian region, you are hereby awarded the Presidential Medal on this 18th day of October, 2013. Congratulations, Hal.
It is customary during a presidential inauguration to send greetings to the new president. Representing the faculty and staff is a gentleman who has been a member of the faculty since 1987, serving in the Division of Mathematics and Natural Sciences. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. John Cade.
Dr. James Hurley, today you'll officially become the next president of the University of Pikeville. As a graduate of Pikeville College, now the University of Pikeville, you have firsthand knowledge of what it means to be a student of the university, and you have demonstrated what it means to be a successful student athlete. Since your graduation from the university, you have had a distinguished career in education, and you have continued your own education. Your life experiences will be a benefit to us all in your new position, and your energy and enthusiasm will be additional assets. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the University of Pikeville College of Arts and Sciences and the Coleman College of Business, I welcome you as the 20th president of the University of Pikeville.
Dr. Edward Stiles graduated from the Kirksville College of Osteopathic Medicine in 1966 and has been a member of the faculty since our School of Medicine. Now the Kentucky College of Osteopathic Medicine first opens its doors in 1997. Dr. Edward Stiles.
President Hurley, Governor Patton, Board of Trustees, distinguished guests. I bring greetings from the faculty and staff of the Kentucky College of Osteopathic Medicine. We greatly appreciate the attributes Dr. Hurley brings to the presidency of Pikeville. He was raised in and loves the region. He attended and graduated from Pikeville College. He constantly demonstrates a love for his alma mater. He demonstrated his respect for academia by earning his PhD. Now he's become the first former student to become president of Pikeville. We further appreciate your vision for both the university and the medical school. how you think both creatively and outside the box, how you look at the big picture but also pay attention to details. Your creative thinking skills are essential. These skills and attributes will be needed to effectively address the complicated maze of challenges facing the University of Pikeville and the Pikeville College of Osteopathic Medicine in the future. We appreciate that you have a great mentor and advisor, Paul Patton, now Chancellor, to assist you as you navigate your way through the multitude of future challenges. The University of Pikeville, the Pikeville College of Osteopathic Medicine, and Southeastern Kentucky each have great and exciting potentials, plus unique opportunities facing them. We expect you will offer leadership and guidance to each group for them to realize their potentials. So the faculty and staff, we welcome your presidency.
A native of Jackson, Ohio, Devin Kearns is a senior biology major and has served as the Student Government Association president for the last 2 years. She is a resident assistant at Darien Hall and is a member of the UPIKE Democrats. Sorry, Congressman. Please welcome Devin Kearns.
As the 2013 Student Government Association President, I would like to welcome the faculty, staff, students, and community members here today. The University of Pikeville is an institution that is filled with tradition. Our long line of dedication to academics and student success surpass many universities. This is attributed to the hard work and great leadership of our past 19 presidents. In my short time here at UPIKE, I have had the honor of witnessing many exceptional changes to the university's campus, with the addition of the new medical school building, the Master's of Business Administration degree, and the Coleman College of Business, just to name a few. Today marks another momentous change to the University of Pikeville. Today we welcome Dr. James Hurley as our 20th president. I would also like to welcome Mrs. Tina Hurley and their 2 boys. Dr. Hurley, I want to thank you for your dedication, your drive, and most of all, your eagerness to do everything in your power to ensure that we as students receive the best education here at UPIKE. We, the students, ask of you, Dr. Hurley, to dream big things for us, to believe in us so that we may believe in ourselves, and to inspire us to go out there and change the world. On behalf of the students here at the University of Pikeville, I offer my sincerest congratulations.
Class of 2016 medical student, Andrea Castle, is from Effingham, Illinois. Commissioned in 2012 as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army, Andrea will serve in the U.S. Army Medical Corps upon graduation from the Kentucky College of Osteopathic Medicine. Andrea Castle.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the inauguration ceremony for Dr. Hurley. My name is Andrea Castle, a KYCOM student, and I am honored to be here to speak on behalf of the professional and graduate students. When looking back at the history of this university, one cannot overlook the impact Dr. Hurley has had on this institution. As a UPIKE alumnus, Dr. Hurley has dedicated himself to living out the UPIKE mission by bringing better service and education to Eastern Kentucky. Previously, he served as the Executive Vice President to Governor Patton, where they focused on improving student life, increasing enrollment, adding new student programs, master's degree programs, and construction of the new Cole building, just to name a few. Dr. Hurley has had such an impact on this university as Executive Vice President, and the students are more than confident that he will continue making even bigger and better improvements. Thank you, Dr. Hurley, for all you have done. Your efforts continue to be recognized by all the students, and your inspiration cannot be overlooked. Congratulations.
A graduate of Pikeville College, Kay Hammond serves as UPIKE's Alumni Association President. Currently, Kay is the director of the Appalachian Pregnancy Care Center here in Pikeville. Please welcome my friend and colleague, Kay Hammond.
Good afternoon, President Hurley. It's an honor for me to welcome you on behalf of the University of Pikeville alumni here today, as well as the over 13,000 UPIKE alumni worldwide who are here in spirit. All the University of Pikeville alumni take enormous pride in the university. We take pride in the recent accomplishments, and with great expectations, we join you today, President Hurley, to begin a new chapter in UPIKE history. Celebrating your inauguration provides a unique moment for all of us to reflect on our heritage and the profound contributions that the University of Pikeville has made to all of our lives and the society at large. Today, we look boldly with you to the future. President Hurley, thank you for embracing the inventive spirit that is so uniquely UPIKE. Thank you for embracing the orange and black. A great university can measure its worth by the quality of its alumni. And you, President Hurley, are one of our most accomplished. I know you will continue to protect and preserve all that is special about the University of Pikeville. So may your leadership in the coming years prove most fruitful. And for this most important endeavor, it's my privilege to pledge the support of the University of Pikeville alumni, all 13,000 of us and growing. Proudly, we cheer you on.
Dr. Gary S. Cox serves as the president of the Association of Independent Kentucky Colleges and Universities. Since his early days as a professor of political science, Dr. Cox has been a strong advocate for education in the state of Kentucky, working for the Kentucky Council on Higher Education, the forerunner to today's Council on Post-Secondary Education. He's serving in a variety of roles before accepting his current position. Dr. Gary Cox.
President Hurley, I consider it a personal as well as a professional privilege to bring greetings on behalf of Kentucky's 20 regionally accredited nonprofit colleges and universities. The University of Pikeville is a highly respected partner with these 20 colleges and universities that make up the Kentucky independent college and university community in Kentucky. UPIKE plays a major role, along with its private college peers, in increasing the Commonwealth's college-going and graduation rates. Collectively, these 20 colleges and universities enroll over 36,000 and graduate over 8,000 students annually. UPIKE and its peers provide an exceptional education at the post-secondary level. Students receive individual attention from highly qualified faculty, attend small classes, engage in community service, and are most likely to graduate in 4 years. President Hurley, you recognize students' potential and understand the financial challenges they face. You are well prepared and have dedicated yourself to making UPIKE an even greater university. You have labored alongside a great mentor, certainly the Commonwealth's most visionary and effective post-secondary education governor in my lifetime. You already serve as a mentor and role model for Kentucky's next generation of college students here at UPIKE. Students are preparing to serve this region, the state, and the nation for years to come. President Hurley, Kentucky's private college and university leaders anticipate an even closer, more productive partnership with the University of Pikeville during your tenure. Working together, we can enhance the already substantial role we play in educating Kentuckians for a life and a career.
Before I bring up Robert King to the podium, I want to acknowledge Dan E. Flanagan as part of today's presidential inauguration. Heralding from Campbellsville, Kentucky, he currently serves as the Vice Chair for the Kentucky Council on Post-Secondary Education. Thank you for attending today's ceremony, Dan. Robert L. King became the third president of the Kentucky Council on Post-Secondary Education in January 2009. Prior to that time, Mr. King served as the former chancellor of the State University of New York, one of the largest comprehensive systems of universities, colleges, and community colleges in the world. Please welcome Robert King.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for allowing me to participate in this marvelous ceremony. I am here to bring greetings from the Council on Post-Secondary Education and one of my bosses, the Vice Chairman, Dan Flanagan, but also on behalf of our colleagues in the public university sector who are ably represented here this afternoon by Wayne Andrews, President at Moorhead, Michael Benson, our new president at Eastern Kentucky, and Mike McCall, president of the Kentucky Technical and Community College System. As I have been listening to our speakers and thinking about the importance of this day for this university and for this family, it struck me that perhaps I could offer some thoughts to Tina and to Drew and to Carter, First Lady and first sons of this university. Dad is getting a lot of attention today, and it's all very positive. And sometimes when you get attention and get that kind of accolades from so many people, your head can get a little big. So part of your job is to keep Dad grounded. But along with those accolades come all the challenges of leadership. And some of those challenges will inevitably bring the dark days. And so the other part of your job is to be the light as Dad takes on this new set of challenges. About 40 years ago, the great American philosopher Yogi Berra commented and observed that the future ain't what it used to be. Today, 40 years later, he is more right than he probably could have imagined. The challenges that we face, not just in higher education, but in our country and in the world, are more challenging, more demanding, and in a world that is now increasingly competitive. And so the burdens on those who lead institutions like the University of Pikeville will be greater, and more will be expected than at any time in the past. So how to do this and do it well? There's a wonderful quote from John Quincy Adams. He said, "If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you will be a great leader." James, you are following on the heels of a great leader and will fill his shoes, I know, admirably as you take on these tasks and lead this great institution. We wish you and this beautiful family of yours Godspeed, and I'm told I should close this by saying, go Bears.
Founding President and Chief Executive Officer of the Kentucky Community and Technical College System, KCTCS, Dr. Michael B. McCall oversees a system of 16 individually accredited comprehensive community colleges with more than 70 campuses serving over 108,000 students. We are pleased to welcome Dr. Michael McCall.
President Hurley, esteemed colleagues, honored guests, I'm pleased to be here today to join you and your family in this very, very special occasion. So on behalf of the 16 colleges of the Kentucky Community and Technical College System, I would like to congratulate you on your presidency and welcome you as an integral partner in higher education in this great Commonwealth. A cornerstone of our mission is to provide open access higher education for all Kentuckians, and I am pleased that the University of Pikeville is a great partner in this effort. Our transfer team looks forward to working with you to improve degree attainment in this region of the state. KCTCS entered into a transfer agreement with UPIKE in 2011, and I'm proud to share that 476 KCTCS students have transferred to UPIKE just last year. Big Sandy has a campus right here, matter of fact, across the street, and I'm told that 19% of your current students have taken at least one course at Big Sandy. Southeast Kentucky and Hazard also have campuses a short drive from this institution. But our colleges share more than a geographic region with you. We have a collective vision that the students of Eastern Kentucky do not have to leave their communities, their support networks, and their families to obtain a quality education. Dr. Hurley, as an alumnus of this institution, you are proof your success can begin and continue right here. I congratulate you on your continued success at UPIKE. May yours be a long, productive presidency and a period of service to this institution and to the great Commonwealth of Kentucky. May God bless you, your family, and this institution.
Dr. Norman E. Vinn, an osteopathic family physician from San Clemente, California, is the 117th president of the American Osteopathic Association. A longtime member of the AOA Board of Trustees, Dr. Vinn is a past president of the Osteopathic Physicians and Surgeons of California and a founding member of the American Osteopathic Association of Medical Informatics. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Norman Vinn.
What a joyous day this is. Dr. James Hurley, a graduate of this fine institution, someone who walked this university's historical 99 steps, is inaugurated as the 20th president of the University of Pikeville. It is indeed an honor to be a part of this wonderful celebration today. Nearly 20 years ago, the Kentucky College of Osteopathic Medicine became part of the University of Pikeville family. Founding Dean John A. Strohsnyder, D.O., a true leader of the osteopathic profession, played a role in helping make this partnership a reality. In addition to being a great osteopathic physician and one of the most warm and caring people that has ever graced our profession, he dedicated his life's work to educating future DOs right here in Kentucky. His mission was to recruit doctors from the hills, train them in the hills with the hope that they'd stay in the hills to practice. Stroh, as we called him, passed away in 2007, but he left an imprint on these hills and in our hearts. I have no doubt that President Hurley will also make his mark on the University of Pikeville and steer it toward an even brighter future. Pikeville and osteopathic medicine are a perfect match. When you compare the missions of Pikeville and the foundation of osteopathic medicine, you'll notice some remarkable similarities. Notably, we share a commitment to serving the whole person. Here, it has developed not only the mind, but also the spiritual and social aspects of every one of your students. In the osteopathic medical profession, Serving the whole person means looking at our patients as people, not just as the symptoms they present. We have been so blessed to be part of the Pikeville family. There's a sense of pride among the osteopathic family knowing that KYCOM has produced nearly 800 DO graduates over the years and many of whom have set up practices in the Appalachian region to care for your communities here. Great things have come out of the University of Pikeville, thanks to all of those who have climbed its 99 steps, and to those who keep climbing long after they graduate. We're excited to see the many more great things that are yet to come with President Hurley leading the way. Dr. Hurley, on behalf of the American Osteopathic Association, congratulations on your presidency.
Democrat Greg Stumble was first elected to the House of Representatives in 1980, served as the House Majority Floor Leader from 1985 to 2003, and as Kentucky Attorney General from 2004 to 2007. He was endorsed by fellow Democrats as the Speaker of the House in January 2009. Please welcome Speaker of the House, Representative Greg Stumble.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, Governor Patton, Congressman Rogers, distinguished guests. It gives me great privilege today to return to the alma mater of my mother and bring best wishes from President Stivers and the members of the Senate and my colleagues from the House of Representatives. Governor Patton told me some time ago that the job of being president of the university was the first job he had ever held where everyone wanted him to succeed. Much different than his political jobs. And I know that I echo, Mr. President, those hopes for you. Nearly 2 years ago, we began an effort to improve the educational quality of Eastern Kentuckians. And part of that plan was to make the University of Pikeville a public university. I don't know what will happen in the future about that particular part of the plan, but I do know this. As a result, the Coalfield Scholarship Program, funded as a pilot project by Governor Beshear, has placed more than 200 students in third and fourth year upper level classes at both Moorhead, UPIKE, and in the community college system since it was authorized. We are on the right track. We have to work together. And I would echo the words of Congressman Rogers in saying that we must draw from our strengths. I would leave you, Mr. President, with an often said saying, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I would say to you, forget about the things that you cannot change. Have the courage, along with the rest of us, to change the things that you can. And let us work to bring the opportunity for wisdom and opportunity to every child in the mountains. Thank you, and God bless you.
Before we hear from several of our former presidents, let me first take this opportunity to introduce some of our terrific First Ladies in attendance. Could these ladies please stand? Jackie Owens, Karen Smith, Judy Patton, and Tina Hurley. William H. Owens, a native of Eastern Kentucky, was a physics professor at several institutions prior to serving as the president of Pikeville College for 12 years. He brought many capital improvements to the campus and was instrumental in the founding of the Pikeville College School of Osteopathic Medicine. Please help me in greeting former President William H. Owens.
President Hurley, Governor Patton, members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, alumni, friends, and a special greeting to James's parents. Good to see you all again. James, many years ago, I worked for a college president who said to get advice is a luxury, but to make decisions is hell. And today I want to give you some advice. And my advice is very simple. It's simply to mind your P's and Q's. I'm sure you've heard that before. In the old days in England, that's the way they kept the bar tab. How many pints, how many quarts had they ordered? The P's, Presbyterians. Presbyterians founded this institution and have supported it for many, many years. And James, they'll be looking over your shoulder, so be careful. Parents. Parents are the ones who sacrifice to send their students to college. It's interesting, when I came here in 1985, we had 453 students. 70% of those were women, not girls, women, and their average age was 26. So many of our students were parents. So the parents I dealt with then were the students, not their parents, but the students. Things have changed a lot, haven't they? And then there are the professors. And they're sitting out here in front of you. Many of them I have known for many years. This is the backbone of an institution. Any educational institution really is the most important people there, except for the students, are the professors. There's a lot of knowledge, there's a lot of wisdom, so listen to these people. Have them at the table when you're making decisions. For Q's, I think of quality on the one hand and quantity on the other. And throughout many, many years in education, there has been a battle between quantity and quality. It's sort of like Newton's third law, which says for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Well, if quantity increases too much, all at once the quality has decreased. So as you're making academic decisions, keep quality in mind. It is very important that bigger is not necessarily better. It's what you're doing and how well you're doing it. That's important. But the simplest advice I can give you is all I wish for you, James, is the wisdom of Solomon and the patience of Job. And that'll take you a long way, my friend. Congratulations.
Harold H. Smith served as president of Pikeville College from 1997 to 2009. A native of Northern Kentucky, Smith graduated from Center College in 1964 and earned an MBA from American University in Washington, D.C. During his time at Pikeville College, Hal and his wife, Karen, were very active in campus activities, inspiring and mentoring many students. Please welcome former President Hal Smith.
Dr. Hurley, thank you for inviting Karen and me to this ceremony today. You honor us by your friendship and by this invitation, and I appreciate the opportunity to share a brief greeting as a former president. Allow me, I think you know what's coming here, bud. Allow me to share this greeting through a story, a true story about you, James, and about me. It happened, I believe, in the summer of '97, soon after I had arrived on the campus. As a matter of fact, I'm almost certain that it was the first day I was in my new office, or now your new office. Sherry Mars, our executive assistant, came to my office door and said that I had a visitor. Well, I said, "Who is it?" And she said, "I'm not positive, but I think he's a student." So I went to the door, and there you stood. You extended your hand and said, "Hello, President Smith. I'm James Hurley. I'm the Bears' point guard." Wow, I thought. This is honestly. Wow, I thought. This guy's something. He's got to be special. Actually, James, I had seen you play several months earlier, and indeed you were the Bears' point guard, and a darn good one at that. We talked for about 20 or 30 minutes, as I recall. We had several acquaintances and interests in common. I feel that our relationship and friendship began on that day, and I'm appreciative for it. Since that first day, 16 or 17 years ago, we've talked often. And as I've watched you prepare for and assume this new role of leadership as president, I've thought of the similarity between a top point guard and a top university president. But before going very far with that analogy, I decided I better check with a number of top coaches to get a firm definition of what a point guard is. So I contacted Coach Kelly Wells and Coach McNamee here at Pikeville, then a couple of guys over there in Lexington, a guy by the name of Coach Wayne Martin, who I think I see back in the back, and another by the name of Coach Cal. I'm not sure who he is, but I talked with him. And then over in Louisville, coaches Mike Polio and Bill Malone, and Coach Joe Burks, and finally Coach P, and I had to add that in there in case there are any Peyton Siva fans in the audience today. But here's what they shared with me. And though there are many characteristics and responsibilities for being a great point guard, they do focus around three general areas. Listen to this similarity of qualities for being a top university president as well. Point guard is the leader of the team, the coach on the floor. He or she must understand the game or the institution, must have a vision for it, and lead in implementing the game plan. He must be not only the leader, but able to manage the game as well. And a great point guard and university president must be able to anticipate situations and opportunities, keep the game under control and together, and on the right track, always moving forward. As a point guard, leadership must be by example and by sharing. One must possess self-confidence, but also an unselfish attitude. A point guard makes other teammates better, as does a quality CEO. The team becomes better when individuals or players believe that their part or responsibility is important. You're kind of the in-house cheerleader, James. You dish off the ball for assists, and then you dish out kudos to other players. You're not normally in the newspaper, or let's hope you're not in the newspaper. You're there to make the others look good. Point guards are energetic, they provide spark, they embody spirit. You don't have to do everything. There are a lot of different players like shooting guards and strong forwards and rebounders. You know that. You don't have to do everything. But those others will be motivated by your energy and vision. Try to create an environment of Ubuntu, that ancient African tradition about life through teamwork and collaboration. Every single person is important and a part of the team. The team, the family, the university is better when each person's contributions are understood to be important. I am because we are, as they say in Ubuntu. Finally, and perhaps most importantly for you to remember, James, as the point guard or as president, you don't play for the fans, but you can't play or excel without the fans and supporters. This Expo Center is filled with fans and supporters of you and of the university. Everyone in here, the board, faculty, students, family and friends, representatives and delegates, alumni, the community, and thousands more will be cheering and praying for you to win. They are available to you for help. The more you engage them, the greater this venerable institution, with its clear vision and its reinvigorated, vibrant spirit, will become. And James, you know this, that your biggest fan is your family, and especially Tina. And she now is Mrs. President, and remember that. But I do know that you understand that. You can't do it without her. She's that important. So President Hurley, we're all with you here. Lead us to heights of even greater service, pursuing excellence, enhancing the lives of the people in this Central Appalachian region, this state, our nation, and world. Our best to you as well. Ubuntu.
Thank you, Hal, and thank you all for your greetings to the President and his family. There are a few other public officials here today that I'd like to recognize and ask them to stand. First of all, Majority Floor Leader Rocky Adkins, Representative Leslie Combs, Senator Chris Girdler, Senator Ray Jones, Judge Wayne T. Rutherford, County Attorney Howard Keith Hall, Judge Larry Thompson, and Judge Eddie Coleman. A hand for these folks. It is customary for a new president to bestow an honorary doctorate to someone who has impacted the president intellectually and personally. Dr. David Barnett has been an inspiration and mentor to Dr. James L. Hurley throughout his educational career and during his journey to the presidency at the University of Pikeville. Please welcome back to the podium Chairman Terry Dotson and Dr. James Hurley to confer the honorary degree to Dr. David Barnett.
The doctorate degree represents the highest level of learning recognized by the Academy. Under extraordinary circumstances, when an individual has demonstrated a high level of accomplishments and service, the Academy bestows upon the individual the highest level of recognition for public service, the honorary doctorate. The University of Pikeville today acknowledges the extraordinary service of Dr. David Barnett by conferring the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters. To acknowledge Dr. David Barnett's outstanding achievements in the field of education he has brought to the Commonwealth of Kentucky, the Board of Trustees of the University of Pikeville have bestowed upon him this honorary degree. Dr. Barnett, by the power invested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Pikeville, I hereby confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Justice Scott, would you assist me in formally installing Dr. Hurley as the President of the University of Pikeville? Yes, please. By the power vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Pikeville, we hereby confer upon James L. Hurley the Presidential Medallion, symbolizing the powers and responsibilities delegated to the Chief Executive Officer of the university. Dr. Hurley, on behalf of the trustees, we charge you, President James L. Hurley, to faithfully fulfill the duties of the office as you commit your heart and your mind daily to the leadership of this great institution. With your presidency, we have brought the promise of the founders full circle. May God grant you strength, wisdom, and courage as you could go on your journey. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Before we hear from President Hurley, it's with great pleasure to welcome to the podium our Chancellor, the 19th President of the University of Pikeville, and the 59th Governor of Kentucky, Paul E. Patton.
Dr. Hurley, you've assumed a tremendous responsibility, the responsibility to carry on the tradition and mission of a great university, an institution with a humble and modest beginning, which has grown to the point where it is a vital element in the struggle of the people of Central Appalachia to have a better life. And in today's world, education is the secret to that goal. I've found that true happiness in life, true contentment, comes from the inner satisfaction of realizing that you've made someone else's life better. With the exception of the clergy, I know of no other profession which can improve an individual's life more than that of an educator. It would be impossible to measure or to put a value on the benefits that you and your colleagues here at the University of Pikeville will be providing to our students in the years ahead. For most of these students, it will be a life-changing experience. They'll begin to understand how big the world is and to appreciate the enjoyment of the pursuit of knowledge and how many opportunities are available to those who are prepared. Education is the key to opening the doors of opportunity. I think that collectively, educators have the most important job in our society. More important than political leaders, more important than business executives, more important than military commanders. You know, a Chinese philosopher once observed that civilization is just one generation away from extinction. Because if any society fails to pass on the accumulated knowledge of the ages to the next generation, then that society will fail. And that's happened in many societies in the recorded history of the human race. If societies cannot add to the body of knowledge, there will be no progress. And it is in the colleges and universities of this country that the basic building blocks of knowledge are discovered and nurtured. Our future is in the hands of the academy. We are here at the University of Pikeville. We have our part to play in this great global drama. And as far as Central Appalachia is concerned, we are responsible for its future. We must provide the intellectual capital so badly needed to grow our economy. We must provide the leadership to overcome our difficulties and our adversaries. We must provide the vision to the future. And it is an awesome responsibility. James, this burden of leadership has been passed to you. Your predecessors have built a strong foundation, but you must build on that foundation. You must lead this faculty and staff. You must inspire these students. You must engage our supporters, those loyal friends who have helped make this day possible. God has blessed you with a great family. You have the keen intellect and an indefatigable energy, a strong work ethic, and a real concern for the people around you. Those are the qualities
which enable success. You have prepared yourself for this challenge. I have every confidence that you will succeed. You have been an indispensable part of our progress these past 4 years. You will raise the bar even higher. I look towards those next several years here at the University of Pikeville because I know our best days are ahead of us. God bless you. God bless the University of Pikeville. Ladies and gentlemen, then I present to you Dr. James Hurley, President of the University of Pikeville.
Distinguished guests, colleagues, trustees, family, faculty, and staff, platform party, and most importantly, our students. Thank you for joining us for this special occasion. I am honored and humbled by your presence and support for the University of Pikeville. I would like to thank the Board of Trustees for allowing me the opportunity to serve as the 20th president of the most important organization in Central Appalachia. It is a responsibility that I do not and will not take lightly. I stand before you a very humbled man today. God has truly blessed me, and I am thankful. Please bear with me as I recognize some of the people that have blessed me along this journey of learning, leadership, and life. I would like to start by thanking my lovely wife, Tina, who is also an alumna of this institution, my two wonderful sons, Drew and Carter, future UPIKE graduates. They are supportive in every way, and they love this institution as much as I do. Thank you, students, for embracing our sons like extended little brothers, and for looking after them when I've lost them on campus. Tina and I would also like to recognize our parents and extended family. Their love and support has been a part of this journey that brings us to this special day. Governor Patton has served as a wonderful mentor and friend to me. In fact, I would not be here standing at this podium today without his mentoring and guidance. When he became president in 2009, he had served on the Board of Trustees for more than 30 years. He deeply cares about the success, student success, of this institution. He once said, "I would rather be a leader who makes a difference in the lives of people of Kentucky than a caretaker whose footprints leave no history, no trace in history." He has accomplished that and more. We are truly blessed to have him as our chancellor of this university. Tina is equally fortunate and thankful to have Mrs. Patton as a friend and mentor as well. We appreciate both of you for your wonderful service and leadership to this university, to this region, and to this Commonwealth. Please join me in honoring them today. Congressman Rogers, thank you for your message. Thank you for being here. You have always been a champion of our region and of this university. We are all benefactors of your service to the Commonwealth and to this nation. I'm honored to share this stage with three former presidents, Bill Owens and Hal Smith, loved this institution. It is on their shoulders that many of us stand today. They are servant leaders who always put students first. I know this because both were my presidents, and I am blessed by the lessons of their leadership. To my pastor, Dr. Paul Badgett, and my dear friend David Barnett, thank you for your spiritual guidance, your wisdom, your insight, and your unwavering trust. This institution is blessed to have a wonderful group of successful men and women that make up our Board of Trustees. They give of their time, talents, and treasures to ensure that this institution have the resources to accomplish our goals, fulfill our dreams, and carry out our mission of serving the educational needs of Central Appalachia. Thank you, Chairman Dotson, for being a sounding board and mentor to me as well. He may be the only chairman in the world to answer 2 a.m. text messages from his president, and actually enjoy doing it because of his love for his institution. To my esteemed colleagues, delegates, and presidents joining us today from colleges and universities across this nation, thank you for your commitment to students and to higher education. To our 13,000 alumni, your success was built upon the promise of the founders. During my tenure as president, I pledged to strengthen our bond, to encourage your involvement on campus, and to always make you proud of your alma mater. Seated before you are more than 100 students representing every facet of campus, from academics to athletics, spiritual life, and service organizations. They are engaged in the pursuit of excellence. To our entire student body, thank you for being a part of UPIKE and all it represents. Would all of our students here today please stand and be recognized? And finally, our outstanding faculty and staff who serve as the backbone of this university. Thank you for your commitment every day in making UPIKE a special place to live, work, play, and learn. As you have heard many times today, I am an alumnus of this great institution. I am very proud of my educational experience here at UPIKE, and equally as proud of the graduates we are producing today. President Owens once said, institutions like nations must pause occasionally to consider the past if they hope to make the most of the future. I agree, President Owens, and we'll attempt both today. This institution was founded in 1889 to provide educational opportunities to the youth of the mountains. Our first class was held on September 16th of that year, and we enrolled nearly 125 students. Our first president was a 28-year-old reverend named David Blythe. He served as both pastor of the First Presbyterian Church of Pikeville and president, or principal in those days, of the Pikeville Collegiate Institute. President Lucky, tuition was $8 paid in advance. And Mr. Booth, an additional fee of $1 was requested for coal and janitorial support. Fortunately, some things have stayed the same here at UPIKE. A commitment to low tuition and our unwavering support of coal. I would like to share a glimpse of where we are today and where we may find ourselves in the coming years. This fall, we celebrate another record enrollment for the 4th consecutive year. In fact, on a percentage basis, we have been the fastest growing institution in the South for the past 3 years. We now have over 2,200 learners at UPIKE, with the most diverse student population in school history. Our diversity rate is over 20% for the first time since our founding. In fact, earlier today, you heard our international students welcome you to their university, our university. I have to believe that our founding president, Reverend David Blythe, would be so proud of the many nations of God's people attending the institution he worked so hard to build. In the mid-90s, a group of leaders took on the challenge of bringing a medical school to the mountains. Think about that, a small college in eastern Kentucky starting a medical school. What were the chances of its success? Today, the Kentucky College of Osteopathic Medicine has graduated more than 800 physicians and is nationally recognized in rural medicine. Last year, we opened the Cole Building, a $40 million facility that allowed us to expand our class size, increase research opportunities, and develop new programs in the health professions. The success of the College of Arts and Sciences goes back to our beginning. The medical school raised their profile and expanded our dreams. In July, we announced the Coleman College of Business, named for Berlin Coleman. Educating the next generation of entrepreneurs and business leaders will be transformative, not only for our region, but for the Commonwealth and beyond. Allow me to share a few stories that will help you better understand who we are at the University of Pikeville, what our mission truly is, and the character of our stakeholders. I want to start with a story about a young man that we admitted 4 years ago against the statistical benchmarks that define success. He encountered some early difficulties in life, and his high school experience was less than stellar in terms of academic credentials. Most other colleges and universities would not take a chance on this young man. However, as a school of opportunity, we did, because he displayed virtues that were immeasurable by a standardized test. He displayed the ability to cope with adversity after losing his mother during high school and dealing with the loneliness thereafter. I am proud to say that young man continues to be on the dean's list and will graduate with honors this year. He is successful because our faculty and staff invest their time, their efforts, their energies into the individual as a person, a learner, and not just a number. That is how we engage in the pursuit of excellence, one student at a time. Today, we are witnessing a spiritual and communal movement on campus where our students are active and mindful of the needs of the world around us. Our chaplain, Mr. Rob Music, recently led a group of undergraduate students to Haiti for a service learning project. They gave up part of their Christmas break to serve others suffering in poverty this country cannot imagine. More mission trips are being planned with a record number of our students who want to go and to serve. That, my friends, is how we engage in the pursuit of spiritual excellence. Last year, we were able to establish a scholarship program that enables us to send students to the Washington Center for a semester-long internship in our nation's capital. The young lady who attended last semester came from a rural part of Appalachia. I visited her while in D.C. lobbying our good congressman to protect student financial aid from federal cuts, which he did so successfully. She was somewhat overwhelmed, naturally a little homesick, and she could not understand why people made fun of her dialect. Nancy Kate, I reminded her that people of character only care about the words you speak, not the dialect or sound of your voice. The Washington Center accepts the best and brightest from around the world. She was chosen from among hundreds of students to deliver the Washington Center commencement address and showed others what Appalachian intellect is all about. That is engaging in the pursuit of excellence on a national stage. The coal industry, our staple economic industry here in Central Appalachia, has been challenged by many fronts. The result is that thousands of our hard-working miners have lost their jobs. Their future in the workforce is unknown. We created the Coleman College of Business to help address the economic needs of our region. Our founding dean, Dr. Howard Roberts, is implementing a free program for individuals who have lost their jobs, unemployed, and looking for an opportunity to re-enter the workforce. From our founding, we have always been invested in what is best for this region. That is the pursuit of excellence, the Berlin-Coleman way. Our Christian Medical Association continues to organize and lead medical mission trips to third world communities, providing medical services, support, and relief to an impoverished world. My wife Tina recently traveled with the team this past summer to the Dominican Republic. She returned with a deep respect for the commitment and selfless, Christ-like efforts that our students, your future medical doctors, displayed, while building homes for the elderly and the homeless in the mornings, treating hundreds of patients during the day, teaching and singing Bible lessons to young children in the evening, and sleeping on concrete floors at night with very little to eat. That, Mr. Finn, is the pursuit of excellence, the osteopathic way. So what does the future hold for the University of Pikeville? I envision a future where our chaplain is doubling the number of mission trips and equipping our students with the knowledge and skills to go and spread the gospel, to not ignore the problems of this world, to open their hearts to the pain around us, and to be a source of hope and help to those in need. I envision a future where we are truly meeting the comprehensive health care needs of Central Appalachia in the professional fields of medicine, dentistry, optometry, physical and occupational therapy. I envision a future where we have a diverse undergraduate and graduate curriculum that prepares our students in every facet for success in the global economy. I envision a future where we are building more Scholar House opportunities to help single parents realize the dream of obtaining a bachelor's degree and truly breaking the cycle of poverty through education. I envision a future where we have 6, 7, maybe 8 various colleges and schools under the university umbrella, with an increase in research and scholarly activity among our outstanding faculty and staff. I envision a future where the number of students who study abroad, who are engaged and involved in internships and take part in the many enrichment opportunities available. I envision a future where we add to our partnerships in China and our extended programs in Beijing and Yanbian, offering our students a competitive advantage in the global economy. I envision a future where the number of international students is well over 125 and includes 50 different countries. Think about this. We have met half that goal in 3 short years. I envision a future at UPIKE where we have the very best wellness and recreation center in Central Appalachia. A place where we fulfill the needs of the whole person, the mind, the body, the spirit. Speaker Stumbo, I envision a future where UPIKE stands with partnering institutions to address the educational and economic crisis our region is facing. Our goal is to triple the baccalaureate attainment rate
and to double the graduate and professional degrees conferred in Central Appalachia. No one college or university can do it alone. It will take all of us working together. I envision a future where we remain committed to our mission of being a university of opportunity, accessible and affordable to all. We must continue to offer the youth of the mountains hope for a better today and a promise for a better tomorrow. Our students deserve the opportunity to succeed right here in the mountains at the leading University of Central Appalachia. Thank you for your time, your dedication, and for your support. May God bless each of you, and may God bless the University of Pike.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the University of Pikeville Choir, directed by Professor Janine Freeman. Thank you, Janine and members of the choir. I would like to invite now Dr. Paul Badgett, pastor of First Baptist Church here in Pikeville, to offer the benediction. Following the benediction, we ask you to remain standing for the recessional and allow the platform party and faculty to exit before joining us up on the concourse after this ceremony. Brother Paul.
Let's bow for prayer together. Lord, I love Dr. James Hurley. God, I love his family. I love Mrs. Tina, I love Carter, and I love Drew. And Lord, I also love this great university, the University of Pikeville, Kentucky. I'm grateful for her past, 1889 forward. 3 past presidents here today. I love the stories from the past. We can learn from the past, but we can't live in the past. It's a time for a new beginning. And God, we just pray as we begin the process of looking forward to the things that are ahead, that you would bless this great university. I pray now for her new president, Dr. James Hurley. I pray that he will be able to model the 10 goals of this institution. But then beyond that, Lord, that he may also model the institution's commitment to the Christian tradition. I'm grateful to hear that he's interested in spreading the good news, the gospel of the Lord Jesus. And God, thank you for the commitment that this university has to their students. It's a blessing to see them here today. May we commit ourselves to the education of these students, all of us, and may we all have a part in that. But also may he be close to his family. And I pray, Lord, that Dr. Hurley would realize that he could model all that this university stands for, but if he does it at the expense of his family, the university campus will suffer. I pray that they'll move forward together as a family. You'll bless them together. So please give Dr. Hurley, Dr. James Hurley, in the words of Rick Warren, pastor of the Saddleback Church out in Southern California, as he prayed for our current president of the United States of America, give him wisdom to lead in humility. Give him courage to lead in integrity, and compassion to lead with generosity. And may Pikeville, under the leadership of Dr. James Hurley, pursue scholarship that will serve the church, scholarship that will serve the state, and scholarship that will serve worldwide. And so God bless. We ask you to bless this new president and his family, in the name of whom it is said are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. We pray it in the name of Jesus the Christ. Amen.